I want everyone to close their eyes and picture home. Now open your eyes, and by show of hands, how many people pictured the letters H-O-M-E? The human brain is always searching for connections. And so when I asked you to picture home, most likely you pictured your physical home, maybe some people, maybe your childhood home, but you didn't picture the letters H-O-M-E. When I was learning math, my brain was searching for connections too, and often it found none. I love cookies. And when I was young, I learned that I could ask my grandfather for 2 cookies and my grandmother for 3 cookies, and I would get 5 cookies. Cookies plus cookies equals more cookies. When I got to 1st grade, I learned that 2 10s plus 3 10s equals 5 10s. Here, I learned that when I'm adding whole numbers, I can add the digits if they're in the same place value. 10s plus 10s equals more 10s. When I got to 4th grade, I learned that 2 7ths plus 3 7ths equals 5 7ths. Here I learned that when you're adding fractions, you have to have a like denominator. When I got to 6th grade, I learned that 2x plus 3x equals 5x. While this is quite possibly is the coolest of them all, I learned that you combine like terms. In 9th grade, I learned that 2 square roots of 2 plus 3 square roots of 2 equals 5 square roots of 2. Here I learned that when adding radicals, you can only add radicals if they have the same number underneath the house. So when I closed my eyes, I was picturing a radical sign. My brain was compartmentalized into math silos. I had a whole number silo, a cookie silo, a fraction silo, and I couldn't make any connections between the silos. Little did I know that I was developing an instrumental understanding of math. In this circle, the red dot in the middle represents knowledge that I'm learning at the time, and the blue dots around the outside represent prior understanding. And I was unable to make any connections. Now, all of us in this room are somewhere on this continuum between relational understanding and instrumental understanding. And it's my call to action that we teach math in such a way that we develop relational understanding within our students. According to the Future Job Report, we need our students to have skills like complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, cognitive flexibility. All of these involve relational thinking. We need our students to have relational understanding. Yet often when they look at word problems like this, they approach them instrumentally. When students look at problems like this, they do not look at them holistically. They become number pluckers. I said pluckers. They pluck out the number 9, they pluck out the number 14, they pluck out the word altogether, and magically they come up with the answer 23. First of all, that's wrong, and second of all, that's instrumental understanding at its finest. So what's the solution? We need to do 3 things better. The first thing we need to do is redefine what math is for students. The second thing we need to do is stop teaching tricks that hide math, and then we need to expose math by starting to help students make connections. When I ask students what math is, often they say something like numbers, operations, letters, hard. Conrad Wolfram says it's these 4 things on this slide, yet we spend a majority of our time on step 3. Math is not equal to calculation or computation. It's so much more than that. Math makes sense of the world, and we need to help students make sense of math and know what math is. The second thing we need to do is stop teaching tricks that hide math. Keywords are great for a Google search, but they're lousy for solving word problems. You can butterfly a fraction, a shrimp or a pork chop, but you shouldn't butterfly a fraction. And FOIL is lousy for teaching binomials. The last thing that we need to do is make connections. We need to help connect math to the real world. We need to help connect math horizontally and then also vertically, because that's how cookies become radicals. Let's continue this conversation about how we can help our students to make connections and become relational thinkers. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, or you can always email me, or you can find me at the bar, but not yet. It's only 10:50.